Welcome to biology class. My name is Sheikh Aisha and I'll be teaching you today the topic called reproduction in lower and higher plants. Reproduction is the process of producing offsprings that are biologically or genetically similar to the parent organism. Reproduction also means a organism produces its own kind. The similar type of organism is being produced by the parent, which is genetically similar to the parent cell or parent organism. Due to reproduction, the continuity of species is maintained generation after generation. This is only the characteristic feature which is keeping life continued on Earth. So, reproduction is an essential process to maintain and continue life on Earth. There are basically two types of reproduction, asexual and sexual. The meaning of asexual reproduction is without involvement of gametes or sex cells. So, the reproduction which do not involve sex cells or gametes is called as asexual reproduction, while the sexual reproduction involves gametes or sex cells, like male gamete is produced from male parent and female gamete is produced from female parent. When these two gametes participate in the process of reproduction, this is called as sexual reproduction. So the characteristic feature of asexual reproduction is it involves only single parent. Okay, so single parent participate in the process of reproduction. That is why during asexual reproduction, the daughter cells or offsprings which are produced will be genetically similar to the parent cell. One of the example of asexual reproduction in lower plants is binary fission. Binary fission. Binary means two. So when a single parent cell produces two daughter cells, it is known as binary fission. So it is a common type of asexual reproduction where it is commonly observed in example called amoeba. Amoeba is an unicellular organism. Its nucleus reproduces or divides by mitotic division, leading to formation of two daughter nuclei. This is also followed by division of cytoplasm, and the two equal size daughter cells are produced by the process of karyokinesis, that is division of nucleus. So, amoeba, single parent cell of amoeba divides to form two daughter cells, and those two daughter cells behave as the new offsprings. The second type of reproduction, which is asexual reproduction, is by the method called fragmentation. As the name suggests, fragment, that is formation of fragmented body. It is commonly observed or seen in organisms like Spirogyra. Spirogyra shows filamentous body where the cells are arranged in a linear manner. When the Spirogyra cells or body is matured, it gets broken down into fragments due to water current. Each fragment has a capacity or potentiality to behave as a new individual. So in this way, fragmentation leads to formation of two Spirogyra body. So this method of asexual reproduction is called fragmentation. Next method of asexual reproduction is by budding. Budding is the formation of a small bud on the parent body. And when this bud is fully mature, it gets detached from the parent cell and behave as a new daughter organism. So it is most commonly seen in organisms like yeast, which is a unicellular fungus, as well as budding is also observed in hydra. In yeast, it is also called as Baker's yeast, where the single parent cell, okay, shows a protruding structure known as a bud. This bud has its own nucleus, which is formed from the parent nucleus and migrate into the bud. This daughter nucleus gets enlarged, leading to enlargement of daughter cell. This daughter cell is called as a bud. When this bud get fully matured, it get detached from the yeast cell. Another method of asexual reproduction observed in lower algae like Chlamydomonas, that is spore formation. Spore formation is observed in Chlamydomonas, which is a unicellular alga. Spores are formed, zoospores are formed inside the parent body. These zoospores have got two flagella which helps them in locomotion. When these zoospores are fully matured, the parent cell or sporangia bursts open and releases the zoospores. Under suitable condition, each zoospore develops into a new plant. So it is the reproduction of organism by motile zoospores. Such a method is called as spore formation method. Another commonly observed method of asexual reproduction is formation of conidium. Plural word is conidia. It is observed in fungus like Penicillium, Aspergillus, etc. These organisms produces spores in chains called as conidiospores. These conidiospores, when get detached from the body, they fall on the substratum and develops into new hypha. In this way, these spores helps in asexual reproduction. Another method of asexual reproduction is by formation of gemule. Gemule is an asexually produced mass of cells which are capable of developing into new organism or into an adult sponge. They are small bud-like cells which are formed by sponges to withstand unfavorable condition. Under favorable condition, gemule develops into new organism. Another method of asexual reproduction is called vegetative propagation. Vegetative part of the plant is the part which do not participate in sexual reproduction. These parts includes root, stem and leaves. When these parts like root, stem and leaves helps in propagation of plants, this method of reproduction is called vegetative reproduction. There are many advantages of vegetative propagation as there is involvement of single parent. Therefore, the new generation which is formed will be the clone of the parent organism. Genetically, it will be similar to the parent organism. Secondly, there are huge number of plants or organisms can be multiplied from a single mother plant or parent. For this vegetative reproduction, there is no requirement of seed. Varieties of plants can be multiplied for their quantitative and qualitative characteristics. It is an useful technique in production of plants which are difficult to multiply through seeds. So, there are a lot of advantages of vegetative propagation. Vegetative reproduction can occur naturally or it can be artificial vegetative reproduction. Natural vegetative reproduction do not involve human interference. For example, there are vegetative parts like roots, stem and leaves directly or naturally produces new organism. For example, potato tuber. It's an example of modified stem where it produces adventitious buds and these adventitious buds develops into new plant naturally. Similarly, carrot is an example which develops into new plant from the roots, while bryophyllum is an example of natural vegetative propagation through leaves, while artificial vegetative reproduction involves first method is cutting. As the name artificial, that means there is human involvement. There is manipulation from human side. So one of the method of artificial vegetative propagation is by cutting. Cutting is defined as the part of the plant, maybe root, stem or leaves, are cut and planted separately to produce the new plant. Cutting is the easiest method of plant propagation. Various plants part like stem, root or leaf can be used as a cutting and can be used to multiply the organism. The most commonly used method of cutting is stem cutting. Stem cutting is taken from healthy disease-free plants. Mostly it is collected from the upper part of the plant because the upper part of the plant is always free from the infection or germs. Cutting generally should be consist of current or past season growth. It should not be too old. From the cut part, flowers, buds and leaves are removed to prevent desiccation or transpiration. Another method of vegetative reproduction is grafting. Grafting is an art of connecting two pieces of living tissues. They unite, grow and develops into one plant. The two pieces are one is stalk with a good root system and other with a good quality called as scion. The stalk and scion are brought together and as a graft. Stalk are also called as root stalk or understalk. It is the lower portion of the graft which have a good root system. It may be a seedling or maybe a rooted cutting or a layered plant. While scion is a short piece of detached shoot containing several dormant buds. It is the upper portion of the graft from which new stem and branches grow out. It should be a desired cultivar free from the disease. So any graft or any scion with a good quality or good desired character can be grafted on the stalk. For successful grafting, fresh cut scion capable of meristematic activity is brought to initiate contact with freshly cut stalk tissue. This brings the cambium region of both in close proximity. The cambium of stalk should match with the cambium of scion. During this grafting process, temperature and humidity is also maintained because temperature and humidity should be favorable to promote growth in newly exposed and surrounding cells. Outer layer of cambium region of scion and stalk produces parenchyma cells that soon intermingle and interlock with each other to form a callus tissue. Once the callus tissue is formed around the cut portion, the two, that is scion and stalk, unite together to form a single plant. Another method of artificial vegetative propagation is by the method called tissue culture. Tissue culture is a technique of growing plant tissues in vitro under favorable aseptic condition. One of the application of tissue culture is micropropagation. Micropropagation is growing large number of plants in vitro through vegetative method of tissue culture. In this artificial process of propagation, plants are produced in vitro by asexual means or by vegetative propagation because of the characteristic features of plants, that is totipotency. So totipotency is an ability of plant cell to give rise to whole organism. This totipotency characteristics of plant tissue, the plant cell, is utilized to produce large number of plants within short time and short space. This method is called micropropagation. So in this lecture, we have seen how plants can be multiplied through vegetative propagation. So one of the technique was cutting, second technique was grafting, and third technique of vegetative propagation is tissue culture. And in tissue culture, you have a very much useful method called as micropropagation. So today, in today's lecture, we have seen asexual reproduction in lower plants through the methods like budding, spore formation, fragmentation and binary fission, as well as in higher organism, it takes place through a method called as vegetative propagation. So if you have any doubt, we will clear it out in our next lecture. This is an animated diagram of budding process in yeast. Here in this diagram, you can see yeast is an unicellular fungus where the parent cell has produced a small bud. When this bud grows out, this develops into new yeast cell. So this is how budding occurs in yeast fungus. If you have doubt, we can clarify those doubts in our next lecture. Thank you, students.